Okay, let's do some more examples of applications. So let's look at allied health. So it says a very active adult who wishes to maintain her weight of 128 pounds is on a diet of 2,300 calories per day. Okay, so she's on a diet of 2,300 calories per day. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. A nutritionist advises her to limit her intake of saturated fat to no more than 7% of her total calories. Okay, so no more than 7% of total daily calories. All right. Let's see, it says fat contains 9 calories per gram. That is correct. So fat contains 9 calories per gram. All right, good. To determine the maximum number of grams of saturated fat, that's what we want. We want to determine the maximum number of grams. So, okay, so no more than 7% of our total daily calories from fat, saturated fat. Okay, and we know that fat, saturated fat is 9 calories per gram. Okay, and we want to know what's the maximum number of grams of fat that she can take in every day. Well, okay, this is the amount of calories per day that she's eating. Okay, so and we want to make sure that no more than 7% of that amount is coming from fat. So that means that we're going to multiply this by 0.07. Right? Because we need to find out 7% of her total calories. So that means, right? What's the maximum number of calories that need to come from or should come from saturated fat? Okay, so this is a proportion, right? Right, and so the way we would set it up is a proportion. So we want to know what proportion, right? What portion of the 2,300 calories, right? And that's going to equal what? 7 over 100, 7%. So what portion of the 23 calories equals 7 out of 100 or 7%? So again, we've done this before, right? We set up our proportion and we're looking for a percentage. And so what do? We multiply both sides by this and we get P equals what? 2,300 times 7 over 100, which is the same thing as 2,300 times 0.07. Okay, so you can set up your proportion just like we did before in the previous chapter. And so you can solve it this way. So that's the first step. We need to figure out what this portion is. And so what do we get? We get 161 calories per day. So that means the maximum number of calories per day coming from saturated fat is 161 calories per day. And so now we want to transform this into grams, because the question is then what is the maximum number of grams of fat, saturated fat, that she can take in? And so now we're going to use our conversion that says 9 calories for each gram, or 1 gram is equal to 9 calories. So we're going to say 1 gram for every 9 calories of saturated fat. So the calories of saturated fat cancel and we end up with grams, and so now it equals 161 divided by 9 grams per day. And so what do we get? We get approximately equal to what? 17.88, right? 17.88 grams. So now, here's the thing. This is the maximum number of grams. So you do not want to round up. Even though regular normal rounding rules would tell us to round up to 18 grams, but then that would put her over the maximum number of grams per day that the doctor says. So in this case, you would always want to round down. Okay, so what we would say is then the maximum number of grams of saturated fat that she wants to eat is 17 grams, okay, to maintain her weight. Okay, now again, there's a lot more that goes into that, right? What if she's exercising and she's building muscle? Well, muscle weighs a lot more than fat. So, again, there's more. It's obviously this is just a simple example. All right, have a great day.